Chosen One. Have you felt that something in the air has shifted lately? The nights feel louder, the silence feels heavier, and deep inside, your spirit knows that something is about to happen. This message didn't reach you by coincidence. It was divinely guided to you, right on time, because heaven wants you to hear this. Let me be clear. This message is not for everyone. If you're not one of God's chosen, you won't understand it, and that's perfectly fine. But if you are, then listen closely, because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you see yourself, your power, and your purpose. The time for silence is ending. The time to rise in your divine energy has come. You've been patient. You've endured attacks, envy, lies, and spiritual warfare. But now, it's time to use what God placed within you, your blue power. The same divine energy that carries truth, peace, and unshakable authority. This is your moment to stand in that light. So before we go deeper, I want you to comment 777 below if you feel that divine pull in your soul. That number means spiritual awakening and alignment. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share this message with another chosen one. Because what's coming next isn't just information, it's revelation. Stay with me till the end, because this message was sent to awaken something ancient within you. The meaning of blue power. Chosen One, listen carefully, because this is where the revelation begins. The blue power that I speak of isn't some fantasy or illusion. It's the divine frequency of truth, protection, and authority that flows directly from the heavens into your spirit. Blue power is not just a color, it's a vibration, a living force that represents divine order. When God cloaks his messengers in blue, it symbolizes clarity, strength, and peace. It's the same frequency carried by Archangel Michael, the warrior of light, who stands with a blazing sword of justice. That is the energy you carry within you. When you walk in your blue power, you don't react, you command. You don't chase, you attract. This energy doesn't shout, it radiates. It separates truth from falsehood, light from darkness. That's why people sense something about you before you even speak. Your presence alone disrupts lies, confuses evil, and brings calm to chaos. You've always been different, not because you tried to be, but because you were created that way. Blue power is the calm confidence that silences storms. It's the peace that makes enemies tremble. It's the authority that speaks without a word. When people cross you, when they test you, when they try to pull you into their drama, you don't need to defend yourself in the flesh. Your energy, anchored in divine truth, defends you in the spirit. That's the power of blue. It doesn't fight. It aligns everything back into order. You might not have realized it, but you've already been walking in it. Think about all those times when chaos tried to find you, yet somehow you found peace instead. When you could have lost your mind, but you kept your composure. That wasn't luck. That was your blue power in motion. God's presence within you has been training you all along, preparing you for this season. Every silent battle, every moment you chose peace instead of revenge, you were activating that divine force. Blue power doesn't mean weakness, it means wisdom. It's the spiritual discipline to choose stillness over reaction, to respond with divine timing instead of human impulse. You've been refined through fire so you could operate with precision. That's why your silence has confused so many, because they expected noise, but you carry presence. They wanted to provoke you, but instead, you became untouchable. When you start to recognize your blue power, you begin to understand why certain people couldn't stay in your life. They weren't aligned with that frequency. Blue power vibrates at truth, and truth exposes what's false. It makes liars uncomfortable, and it reveals hidden motives. That's why people you once trusted suddenly showed their true colors, because your energy forced their mask to fall. Don't be bitter about it. It's a divine filter. Chosen One, Your blue power is both shield and sword. It protects and corrects. It brings justice, but not in the way the world understands it. It doesn't destroy. It restores balance. It doesn't seek revenge. It reflects truth. When someone sends you darkness, it bounces back, not because you cursed them, but because your light refuses to receive anything less than divine. And here's the part most don't know. The color blue in the spirit realm represents divine communication. It opens your spiritual hearing and strengthens your connection to the Most High. That's why when you pray or meditate, you often feel calm waves or see blue lights behind your eyes. It's confirmation that your spirit is syncing with God's vibration. The more you align with truth, the stronger your blue power becomes. This power also governs your throat chakra, the energy center of communication and truth. Many of you have struggled with speaking your truth or being misunderstood. That wasn't a coincidence. The enemy has been trying to silence your voice because your words carry light codes that awaken others. But now, God says it's time to speak, not emotionally, but with divine precision. When you speak truth in alignment with heaven, your words pierce through deception like lightning in the night. Understand this. Your blue power doesn't operate through pride, ego, or control. It flows through faith, obedience, and peace. The more you trust the process, the more authority you gain. That's why battles have been intense lately, because your spirit is leveling up. Every time you pass a test, your energy becomes purer, your discernment sharper, your presence stronger. You may have noticed people staring at you, drawn to you, or even intimidated by you without reason. That's not your imagination, that's your aura expanding. When your blue power is active, your energy field becomes radiant and it speaks before you do. You could walk into a room and without a word, energies start shifting. That's spiritual authority, not arrogance. Heaven recognizes it and darkness fears it. Chosen one, you were born with this divine code. You didn't earn it, it was placed within you from birth. It's what makes you sense danger before it appears, see through lies without evidence, and remain calm when everyone else is panicking. That's your divine programming working exactly as it should. But now, God is saying it's time to fully activate it. Not partially, not occasionally, but constantly. To live in your blue power means to stay aligned with divine truth at all times. It means guarding your mind, your words, and your energy. Speak only what aligns with peace. Think only what aligns with truth. Move only where you're guided. The more disciplined you become, the more unstoppable your light becomes. So understand this. Blue power is not about controlling others. It's about mastering yourself. It's not about being seen. It's about being sent. Every chosen one is a vessel, and this is your season to pour out divine clarity into a confused world. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs your calm. It doesn't need more anger. It needs your peace. It doesn't need more fear. It needs your authority. And remember, your power doesn't come from proving who you are. It comes from knowing who sent you. You carry the mark of divine truth. And when you walk in that awareness, the very atmosphere around you begins to shift. People change, energy clears, opportunities align. That's the force of your blue power. Quiet, constant, commanding. Now that you understand what it is, the question becomes, why now? Why is God calling you to use it at this very moment? Because those who came against you, they asked for it. They stirred a divine response, and heaven has chosen you to deliver it. And in the next part, I'll reveal exactly what that means. Stay with me. Why they asked for it. Chosen one. You've been wondering why so many people suddenly turned against you, why you faced betrayals, jealousy, gossip, and attacks from those you once helped. Let me tell you something. They asked for it. Not in the way you might think, but in the spiritual sense. When someone tries to harm a chosen one, when they mock your light or speak against your name, they are not just coming against you, they're coming against the divine order that protects you. And when they do that, heaven takes note. Every word, every action, every intention, they record it in the spirit realm. You see, the universe operates by divine law. God's balance is perfect, and no energy is ever lost. What is sent out must return. So when people sent you lies, curses, and envy, what they didn't understand was that they were only setting the stage for their own lesson. They were digging a pit, not realizing they'd fall into it themselves. They asked for it when they tried to tear you down, when they thought they could block what God already approved. They asked for it the moment they chose to challenge divine will with their human ego. But listen carefully. This isn't about revenge. You're not called to fight in the flesh. The chosen don't chase battles, they attract divine justice. Your enemies invited this energy by violating spiritual boundaries. They provoked the very protection they didn't believe existed. You didn't need to curse them. Your peace did it. You didn't have to expose them. Your truth did it. Because your energy is aligned with heaven, and heaven doesn't let its vessels be dishonored without consequence. The spiritual law is clear. Touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Many heard those words but never took them seriously. But now, the time of proof has come. You're stepping into a phase where everything hidden will be revealed, and those who mistreated you will witness the consequences of their actions. Not because you wished it, but because God's justice is being carried out through divine timing. Let me explain something deeper. Darkness doesn't always appear as something evil. It often wears a friendly face, a caring tone, a familiar mask. That's why you had to go through betrayal, so your spirit could discern beyond appearances. God allowed certain people close to you not to destroy you, but to reveal them. They asked for exposure when they tried to manipulate your kindness. They asked for correction when they played with your loyalty. Chosen one, your silence was never weakness. It was spiritual patience. Heaven was watching. Every time you held your tongue instead of retaliating, you gave God room to work. Every time you prayed instead of cursing back, you shifted the balance in your favor. You may have felt powerless in those moments, but in truth, that was your most powerful state. Because you were walking in obedience, not emotion. They thought they were taking advantage of you, but they were really testing their own karma. They thought they were mocking you, but they were mocking the divine source that sent you. That's why many of them are now facing confusion, loss, and regret. They're living out the lesson they wrote for themselves. This is not punishment, it's correction. God doesn't destroy, He rebalances. Every action demands alignment, and right now, alignment is unfolding. You see, blue power doesn't need to scream, threaten, or prove anything. It's justice in motion. It's the calm after the storm that shows who truly had control all along. Your stillness spoke volumes in the spiritual realm. The moment you stopped chasing explanations and started walking in peace, heaven said, "Now they will see." Now, chosen one, you're not meant to celebrate anyone's downfall. You're meant to witness God's fairness, because this season isn't about getting even. It's about being elevated. The same people who counted you out will watch you rise in ways they can't explain. They will ask, "How did this happen?" And you will simply say, "Because I waited." That's blue power, moving in truth, not reaction. Let me tell you something very real. Every time you were lied about, you gained spiritual rank. Every time someone used your name in darkness, your light expanded. They thought they were burying you, but they were planting you. And now, it's harvest season. The energy they sent is coming back, not multiplied in hatred, but transformed in justice. That's what "they asked for it" truly means. They called on divine law without knowing it. They summoned the very light they denied. Many of them are now restless because your energy still lingers in their conscience. They can't forget you, not because of nostalgia, but because their spirit knows they touched something sacred. You represent their test, And until they learn the lesson, they'll keep feeling the weight of that imbalance. But don't worry about them. Your only task now is to rise. You see, the reason you went through so much is because your calling is greater than the average soul. You're not just here to survive, you're here to demonstrate divine truth. People had to see that no matter what they did, they couldn't destroy what was chosen by God. You are living evidence that the divine protects its own. Chosen one, hear me clearly. They didn't break you, they built you. Every wound became a doorway to your wisdom. Every rejection refined your discernment. Every delay was divine protection. So don't waste your energy seeking closure from people who were never assigned to understand your purpose. They played their part. They woke your blue power. They asked for it, and now heaven is responding. And I need you to do something right now. If this message is resonating with your spirit, if you can feel the truth in your bones, comment 444 below. That number means divine order, protection, and the angelic shield surrounding your life. Let the universe know that you're ready to walk in your authority. Now, as we move forward, understand this. Your blue power isn't just for defense, it's for command. The world needs your voice, your calm, your clarity. It's time to use that energy with intention. Because you've seen what happens when darkness tries to test you. You've seen what happens when truth stays silent. Now it's time to awaken the full force of what's inside you. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to activate your blue power and walk in your divine authority every single day. Stay with me because your transformation is already in motion. Awakening and activating the blue power. Chosen one. Now that you understand what blue power truly is and why others triggered its awakening, it's time to learn how to activate it. This is where revelation meets practice. Your blue power isn't something you beg for, it's something you awaken through spiritual alignment. It's already within you, waiting for permission to flow. God placed it deep inside your spirit long before you even knew who you were. And now, heaven is calling you to rise and use it consciously. Let's start here. Blue power is awakened through stillness and truth, not through chaos, not through anger, not through fear. The world wants you distracted, drained, and doubtful, but your power increases the moment you become still. When you stop reacting and start discerning, your energy field begins to vibrate on divine frequency. That's when you move from being reactive to being commanding. You no longer absorb energy, you direct it. Start by mastering your inner atmosphere. Each morning, before you pick up your phone or speak to anyone, sit in silence. Take a deep breath and imagine a radiant blue flame at the center of your heart. See it flickering gently, glowing brighter with every breath. That flame is your divine core, your connection to truth. As you inhale, say quietly, I align with divine truth. As you exhale, say, I release all confusion. Do this for just 3 minutes, and you'll begin to feel a calm power rising in you. That's your blue power coming online. When you do this regularly, your energy will start to change. People will feel it even before you speak. Your presence will become peaceful, yet powerful. Your voice will carry weight. Doors that resisted you will begin to open. And not because of effort, but because you are finally aligned with the current of heaven. Now, I need you to understand something very important. Blue power is not emotional energy. It's not about shouting affirmations or fighting battles in your mind. It's about spiritual authority through calm awareness. When your mind is calm, your spirit becomes sharp. The calmer you are, the more control you have over your atmosphere. Remember, storms are loud, but peace is stronger. You've probably noticed that when you stay calm, the enemy gets frustrated. That's because chaos cannot function in the presence of order. Your blue power is divine order manifesting through your energy. When you choose peace, you disrupt the plans of those who try to provoke you. When you stay centered, you dismantle the power of manipulation. That's the spiritual science of it. Many of you have been feeling strange lately. Waves of fatigue, dizziness, sudden emotional shifts. Don't panic. That's your body adjusting to a higher vibration. The blue frequency is purifying your energy field, cleansing what no longer serves you. You might feel detached from certain people, bored of old habits, or uninterested in drama. That's not depression, it's spiritual detachment. God is pulling you away from noise so He can amplify your inner voice. The activation process also involves truth speaking. The blue ray governs your throat chakra, your voice of truth. You must start speaking with authority. When you say no, mean it. When you bless someone, mean it. When you declare peace, mean it. Every word you speak carries energy. So stop speaking carelessly. Speak intentionally. Your words are no longer casual. They are commands. When you speak truth, heaven moves. This is also why your silence is powerful. Silence is not absence, it's focus. When you choose not to respond, you are still responding, but spiritually. Your silence becomes a mirror that reflects truth back at people. It forces them to confront themselves. That's why many can't stand your silence. It convicts them. You'll also notice that after you begin using your blue power, people will either gravitate toward you or distance themselves completely. Don't chase either. The ones meant to be in your life will recognize your vibration and align naturally. Those who leave are not being rejected, they're being redirected. Every soul has its frequency, and you can no longer stay around what doesn't match yours. Now, I want you to understand how to use this power daily. When negativity enters your space, whether through people, words, or thoughts, don't absorb it. Pause. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that same blue flame expanding from your heart, wrapping around you like a shield. See it forming a protective aura. Then quietly say, I am covered in divine truth. No false energy can dwell here. That simple affirmation will instantly shift your energy. You don't need to fight or explain yourself. Your frequency will do the talking. Light never argues with darkness. It simply shines and darkness disappears. Blue power also manifests through forgiveness. Now listen, this one is crucial. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what was done. It means releasing the energetic cord that keeps you bound to pain. Every grudge is a leak in your power. When you forgive, you seal that leak and reclaim your strength. That's how the chosen stay powerful. They don't hold grudges, they hold peace. Some of you are still carrying emotional weight from the past. People who betrayed you, lied to you, abandoned you. It's time to release that. They were instruments, not enemies. They were part of your initiation. You needed that betrayal to awaken your discernment. You needed rejection to recognize your worth. You needed silence from others to hear the voice of God within you. That's how the chosen are refined. Now hear me. Once your blue power is activated, you will notice synchronicities, numbers, dreams, sudden insights, even chills during prayer. These are confirmations that heaven is in direct communication with you. If you've been seeing numbers like 111, 333, or 444, it's not coincidence. It's divine alignment. In fact, if you've been feeling your spirit rise while listening to this message, I want you to comment 444 below again, because that means your angels are confirming divine order over your life. Another key to activating this energy is through your environment. The spaces around you must match your vibration. Cleanse your home regularly. Open the windows, burn incense, play peaceful frequencies, and speak blessings into your space. Your surroundings should reflect calmness, because clutter and chaos weaken your energy field. And let's talk about boundaries. Spiritual power without boundaries is like water without a container. It spills and loses shape. You must decide who gets access to your energy. Not everyone deserves your presence. Protect your peace like a sacred temple, because it is one. God dwells within that peace. You can love people from afar without lowering your vibration. When you walk in your blue power, everything you touch begins to align. Your relationships become purer, your intuition sharpens, your words carry more grace, and your decisions flow effortlessly. You won't have to overthink anymore, you'll simply know. That's divine discernment, and it's one of the greatest gifts of your blue frequency. Now, let's address something many overlook: your emotional state. Emotions are powerful messengers, but terrible masters. Don't let temporary feelings disrupt eternal truth. When anger or sadness arises, acknowledge it, then release it into that blue flame within you. Watch it dissolve. You'll feel lighter, clearer, more grounded. This is emotional alchemy, turning pain into power. Chosen one, this is what mastery looks like. You've been tested long enough. You've cried, questioned, and fought invisible battles that no one else understood. But those experiences were your training. You were learning how to handle spiritual authority without losing humility. Now it's time to use that authority consciously. You are not the same person you were a year ago. You've evolved. You've ascended. So from this day forward, walk like one who knows their energy is sacred. Don't explain your glow. Don't defend your peace. Don't chase validation. Just be. Your existence is divine confirmation that heaven is working on earth. The activation of your blue power is not a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Each choice you make, each word you speak, each thought you entertain either strengthens or weakens it. So choose alignment, not reaction. Choose peace, not panic. Choose truth, not illusion. And remember this truth above all else: when you stand in your blue power, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You are divinely shielded. Your light exposes deceit before it reaches you. Your intuition becomes your greatest protector. Your very presence becomes a warning to darkness. This one is covered. The time of being silent and small is over. The time of standing firm and radiant has arrived. You've been prepared, purified, and positioned. Now, use your blue power boldly, but with wisdom. The next phase of your journey requires calm authority and unwavering faith. Because when heaven empowers you, it's not just for you, it's for everyone your light will touch. You're ready, chosen one. Now let's talk about what happens after you activate your power, how divine justice unfolds, and how the energy once used against you returns transformed in your favor. Stay with me, because the next revelation will show you how heaven handles those who asked for it. Divine justice and the return of energy. Chosen one. Now that your blue power is awakened, it's time to understand what happens next. Divine justice. This is one of the most powerful laws in the universe, and it never fails. Every thought, word, and action sends energy into creation, and sooner or later, it returns to its source. This is not superstition. It's spiritual mathematics, and you, the chosen one, are now living proof of it. You've been through seasons of misunderstanding, betrayal, and loneliness. You've watched people rise by deceiving, manipulating, or mocking you. And you've asked silently, God, do you see this? Let me tell you, He did. He always did. The divine doesn't react in haste. It responds in timing. And the moment has come when the scales of heaven are being balanced in your favor. When I say they asked for it, this is what I mean. They interfered with divine order, and now the energy they created must come back to them. This isn't revenge. This isn't hatred. It's correction. When you walk in your blue power, you don't have to seek justice. It finds you. Because your energy is now perfectly aligned with truth, and truth automatically attracts balance. Think of the ocean. When a wave hits the shore, it must return to the sea. Energy works the same way. Every false accusation, every cruel intention, every envy-filled thought that was sent toward you, it all carried spiritual weight. And now it's turning back to its origin, transformed by divine law. You don't need to speak against them. You don't need to warn them. The energy they sent is their teacher now. The most powerful thing about divine justice is that it happens silently. While they were plotting, you were praying. While they were mocking, you were meditating. While they were acting out of ego, you were surrendering in faith. Heaven noticed the difference. You remained pure when it would have been easier to fight back. That restraint wasn't weakness, it was your signature of divine alignment. Now, the same situations that once broke you will begin to bless you. People who dismissed you will see your rise. Environments that rejected you will now require your presence. The light you carry will expose the truth in every shadowed space you enter. This is the return of energy, the cycle completing itself in your favor. Understand this clearly. Blue power doesn't destroy, it reveals. When divine justice begins to move, people's masks start to fall off. Their true motives surface, secrets come to light. You won't have to go searching for answers. Truth will appear before you like a mirror, and what you'll see will confirm everything your spirit already knew. This is why I've been telling you, stay calm. Don't interfere with God's process. When He balances the scales, He doesn't need your hands. He needs your trust. Every time you choose peace instead of pettiness, you strengthen your divine protection. Every time you release instead of retaliate, you increase your spiritual rank. The blue frequency is the vibration of truth and clarity, and truth is unstoppable. Lies may run fast, but truth endures. The moment your energy aligns with that truth, everything false in your life begins to collapse. That's why people are leaving, why certain situations are ending. It's not loss, it's divine cleaning. The old must fall away so the pure can remain. And let me say this with authority. You are not cursed, you are covered. Many tried to project darkness onto your name, to make you question your worth or doubt your purpose. But what they didn't understand is that the chosen cannot be destroyed. They can only be refined. Every attack made your light sharper. Every betrayal turned into revelation. Every delay became divine preparation. You've stepped into a spiritual courtroom now, and heaven is ruling in your favor. The verdict is justice. But justice in divine terms is not about punishment. It's about realignment. It's the energy of what was wrong will be made right. Those who wronged you will see the consequences of their actions, not because you wished it, but because truth must balance itself. When the energy returns, you'll see people begin to feel conviction. Some will apologize, others will distance themselves. A few will pretend nothing happened. That's fine. Don't demand accountability. Simply observe. You'll know who has learned and who hasn't. God's justice doesn't require your commentary. It reveals itself through results. And as these cycles complete, you'll also feel something shift inside you. A sense of closure, peace, and gratitude will rise from within. You'll look back and realize that what was meant to harm you actually shaped you. You'll feel lighter because the karmic cords have been cut. That's how divine justice works. It frees the innocent while teaching the guilty. Now, some of you might ask, should I warn them? Should I tell them what's coming? No, chosen one, that's not your role. Your assignment is not to warn the darkness. It's to shine so brightly that darkness can't exist near you. Let them learn from the echo of their own choices. You stay focused on your mission, your peace, and your purpose. Let me remind you, your blue power doesn't return negativity with negativity. It returns it with truth. That's the difference. You're not matching energy anymore. You're mastering it. You're no longer a mirror of pain. You're a reflection of divine order. When people send chaos, you send calm. When they send doubt, you respond with faith. When they send hate, you release light. That's the posture of the spiritually mature. And here's the beauty of it. While others are facing the results of their own actions, you'll be experiencing acceleration. Opportunities, favor, divine connections, these will start flowing toward you effortlessly. Because energy that once opposed you is now being redirected to support your purpose. What was taken from you unjustly will be restored, often multiplied. Remember the words of Scripture. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. That doesn't mean destruction. It means restoration under divine order. God doesn't pay back with wrath. He pays back with balance. The people who broke your heart will witness the peace they couldn't give you. Those who tried to silence you will hear your voice amplified. That's justice, not by your hand, but by heaven's. Chosen one, your task now is to keep your spirit clean. Don't gloat. Don't look back in bitterness. If you see someone reaping what they sowed, whisper a prayer for their healing and move forward. Because true power doesn't need validation. It simply continues to evolve. The return of energy is a sacred moment. It means the universe recognizes your purity, your endurance, and your faith. It's heaven saying, "My child, your time of silence has ended. Now, let the truth speak for you. You've earned this season of peace. You've earned your authority, and no one can take that from you." So as divine justice unfolds around you, stay humble, stay centered, stay grateful. You are the living example of what happens when someone stays obedient under pressure. The world will see your transformation and call it luck, but you'll know it was alignment. You've endured your season of trial. Now comes your season of triumph. The return of energy is not the end of the story. It's the confirmation that you've passed your spiritual test. You've proven that you can carry divine power responsibly. And because of that, the next phase of your journey will require a new level of authority, walking as peace itself. Now, chosen one, let's go even deeper. Because once the scales are balanced and your energy restored, the question becomes, how do you carry this power daily without falling into pride, fear, or fatigue? The next part will show you exactly how to walk in divine authority and peace, keeping your vibration steady no matter what the world throws your way. Stay with me. You're entering mastery, walking in authority and peace. Chosen one, now that divine justice has begun to move on your behalf, you must understand how to carry your power with authority and peace. This is where many spiritual warriors stumble. Some awaken their gifts, but few learn how to sustain them. True mastery isn't in the awakening, it's in the maintenance. And the key to maintaining your blue power is walking in calm confidence, not in emotional reaction. Let me remind you, blue power thrives in peace. It doesn't function in chaos. It's not loud, dramatic, or desperate. It's steady, sure, and sacred. The moment you try to prove your strength, you lose your balance. Because power that comes from God doesn't need to shout. It simply is. It speaks without sound, commands without confrontation, and wins without war. That's what makes it divine. From this day forward, your assignment is to walk as one who knows they are sent, not just chosen. You're no longer here to fight small battles or explain your worth to anyone. You're here to demonstrate God's order through your presence. When you walk into a room, you are carrying the calm of heaven. You don't need to convince anyone. You just be. That's authority. Let's talk about what that looks like in daily life. When people speak negatively about you, stay silent. Don't rush to defend yourself. The truth always finds its voice in time. Your peace will make them question their lies more than your argument ever could. Remember, silence from a chosen one is not weakness, it's judgment. It's God saying, "Let me handle this." When someone tries to draw you into drama, gossip, or confusion, remember this: where peace is absent, wisdom is hidden. If you can't sense peace in a situation, don't engage. That's how you protect your energy. Blue power doesn't chase explanations. It waits for revelation. Every time you resist the urge to react, your spirit grows stronger. Every time you choose stillness over retaliation, your crown shines brighter. The goal isn't to prove your divinity, it's to embody it. The chosen don't talk about their light. They radiate it. They don't warn darkness. They dissolve it simply by being present. You must walk as one whose spirit governs their emotions, not the other way around. To maintain your authority, you must also master your emotions. Emotions are natural, but they must be guided by your spirit. When anger rises, pause and breathe. When fear whispers, speak truth over it. When sadness visits, honor it, but don't let it stay. The moment your emotions control you, your blue power dims. But when your spirit leads, your peace remains untouchable. Think about how Yeshua, the Christ, moved. He didn't rush, panic, or argue. He knew who he was and walked accordingly. That's the energy you must carry now. Calm, confident, compassionate, but unshakable. You can listen without absorbing, love without lowering, help without being drained. That's how you preserve your power. Now I know some of you feel isolated because of your spiritual growth. Don't mistake separation for loneliness. You're being set apart for clarity. When God wants to elevate you, He often removes distractions first. The friends you lost, the opportunities that faded, the people who walked away, it's all divine alignment. You can't fly if you're still anchored to old energy. Walking in authority also means setting boundaries with grace. You don't have to explain every no. You don't owe everyone your presence. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's sacred. Every time you say no to what drains you, you're saying yes to what strengthens you. Another key to maintaining your blue power is consistency in spiritual practice. Don't let your connection fade after the battle ends. Prayer, meditation, fasting, reflection, these are not just rituals, they're your daily recharge. Spend time in stillness, not to ask for things, but to realign with your purpose. When your mind is quiet, divine instruction flows easily. And hear this: peace is not passive, it's powerful. The world confuses calm with weakness, but in truth, calm is control. Anyone can shout, few can stay silent and still command the room. That's divine authority. You must learn to govern your environment with serenity. When chaos rises, you become the calm in the storm. When others panic, you remain the anchor. People will start noticing that about you. They'll feel peace just by being near you. Some will find healing in your presence without knowing why. Others might feel discomfort because your energy reveals their imbalance. Don't take it personally. You're a mirror now. You reflect truth, and not everyone is ready to see it. Chosen one. To walk in divine peace means to stop taking things personally. Understand this: people's actions toward you often have nothing to do with you. They're reacting to your light, your discipline, your vibration. Darkness always feels uneasy around truth. So when people misunderstand or reject you, don't internalize it. Bless them and move on. You're not here to be liked, you're here to awaken. Also, start observing your energy exchanges. Notice how you feel after conversations, environments, or digital content. If something leaves you heavy, it's not aligned. Protect your spiritual diet just as you protect your physical one. What you consume, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, shapes your frequency. Choose peace, wisdom, and truth. Now, let's talk about humility, because it's the foundation of true authority. Never forget where your power comes from. It's not your ego, it's your alignment. The moment you start seeking validation or domination, you fall out of balance. Blue power flows only through surrendered vessels. Pride blocks it. Gratitude sustains it. Stay thankful even for your battles because they refined you into who you are today. As you continue walking in divine peace, life will start mirroring your inner state. Situations that once triggered you will lose their power. You'll respond differently, not because you're suppressing emotion, but because you've transcended it. That's the mark of a matured spirit. You no longer need closure, validation, or applause. You're fulfilled within. This is when you become a true vessel of light. You won't need to force change in others. Your example will inspire it. You won't have to announce your evolution. Your presence will testify. The people meant for your journey will feel drawn to your calm, and those who still operate in chaos will quietly fade away. Both outcomes are blessings. Understand this truth deeply. Authority and peace are twins. You can't carry one without the other. Authority without peace becomes arrogance. Peace without authority becomes weakness. But when they unite within you, you become unshakable. That's blue power at its highest expression. Divine strength wrapped in serenity. Chosen one, from now on, wherever you go, remember, you are an ambassador of divine order. Your words carry weight, your energy heals, your silence convicts, and your presence uplifts. You are not ordinary. You are chosen to restore balance in every space you enter. So walk with your head high, but your heart humble. Speak with clarity, but from compassion. Protect your peace, but share your light. And when you feel tired or drained, return to your source. Return to prayer, to stillness, to that blue flame within. It will always restore you. You've reached a level of awareness that few achieve. You've endured the fire, witnessed justice, and learned the art of stillness. Now it's time to walk boldly in your authority, knowing that heaven moves through you. But there's one more revelation you must hear before we close. What happens when this blue power shifts your entire reality? Because yes, there's a transformation coming both within and around you. In the next part, I'll show you the signs, the manifestations, and the divine shift that's already in motion. Stay with me. You're about to see what all this preparation has been for. The shift that's coming. Chosen one. You can feel it, can't you? Something deep in your spirit is stirring. The air feels different. Time feels faster. Your intuition is sharper than ever. That's because the shift has already begun. When you activated your blue power and chose to walk in divine authority, you triggered a transformation in both the seen and unseen realms. The vibration of your life is rising, and everything connected to you must now rise or fall accordingly. This shift isn't small, it's monumental. You've entered what I call a spiritual quantum leap. That means everything that was once delayed is being accelerated, everything that was hidden is being revealed, and everything that was lost is finding its way back to you. You've stepped into alignment, and when a chosen one aligns, heaven rearranges everything around them. People will start noticing that things are happening quickly for you. New opportunities, divine connections, revelations, and blessings that don't make logical sense. Don't be surprised. You're not operating under man's time anymore. You're operating under divine time. You've been prepared for this moment through isolation, through rejection, through silence. Every hardship you faced was God recalibrating you for this shift. But here's the truth. This shift doesn't just bless you. It exposes everything around you. It will show you who's truly for you and who's only comfortable with your old self. When light increases, shadows become more visible. Don't fear that. It's not loss, it's clarity. Some people will fall away, not because you changed, but because your energy no longer supports their confusion. You've graduated spiritually, and not everyone can come to the next level with you. Chosen one, you must not resist what's falling away. The shift demands surrender. You can't carry the old vibration into this new season. Old mindsets, old habits, old relationships, they must dissolve for your next assignment to begin. The divine is upgrading your frequency, and only those aligned with truth will remain. Let go with peace. Whatever is meant for you in this season will flow easily. What's not will struggle and fade. Now listen closely. This shift is also awakening new gifts within you. Your discernment will deepen. Your dreams will become messages. Your voice will begin to carry healing, authority, and prophecy. You'll start to notice divine timing more clearly, meeting people at the exact right moment, receiving guidance in strange but perfect ways, and seeing confirmation numbers like 111, 222, 333, and 777 everywhere. That's heaven's way of saying, keep going, you're in sync. In this shift, your manifestation power will also increase. But hear me clearly, your thoughts and words will carry more weight than ever. This is why discipline is essential. When you speak, the universe listens. When you think, energy moves. So stay mindful. Don't speak fear, doubt, or revenge. Speak light, peace, and authority. You are now a creator in alignment with divine will, and creation responds to your vibration. You might also notice resistance rising just as things start to go well. That's not a sign of failure, it's a test of faith. Every elevation attracts opposition, not to stop you, but to strengthen your discernment. Remember, the higher you rise, the quieter your path becomes. Not everyone will understand your peace, and that's okay. You're not called to be understood, you're called to lead by example. This shift will also bring restoration. What was stolen, peace, confidence, joy, opportunities, will return. But it won't look the same. It will return refined. The new blessings will match your current vibration, not your old one. That means bigger, better, and purer. Some of you will receive unexpected breakthroughs, financial openings, healed relationships, sudden relocation, or divine partnerships. Don't doubt these things when they appear. You prayed for this. You fasted for this. You endured for this. Now it's unfolding. At the same time, you'll feel a calling to serve on a higher level. God didn't strengthen you just to survive. He strengthened you to guide others. You'll be drawn to share wisdom, speak truth, or build something that uplifts others. That's your purpose expanding. You're no longer just receiving light, you're distributing it. This is the true mark of spiritual maturity, to shine so others can find their way. But with this shift comes responsibility. You must guard your energy like never before. Your peace is sacred currency now. Don't waste it on arguments, fear-based conversations, or environments that drain you. Your focus must remain sharp. Blue power works best in purity. The cleaner your spirit, the stronger your manifestation. You might even notice your sleep patterns changing, your body craving rest, silence, or nature. Listen to it. You're integrating higher frequencies. Drink more water, spend time near trees or water bodies, journal your dreams. These simple things will keep your energy grounded while your spirit expands. And remember this, chosen one, those who once mocked you will soon have to witness your transformation, not in arrogance, but in truth. They will see that what they thought was your ending was actually your activation. This is divine reversal in motion. God is showing the world that His chosen cannot be destroyed. They only evolve. This shift also marks the end of cycles. The lessons that once repeated endlessly are now closing. You've learned what you needed. You won't have to keep revisiting the same pain, the same people, or the same doubts. The wheel has turned in your favor. From here on, everything begins to flow differently. You'll move with more ease, more clarity, more confidence. Now, don't misunderstand. This doesn't mean life will be perfect. Challenges will come, but you'll handle them with grace. Where you once panicked, you'll now pause. Where you once doubted, You'll now discern. That's transformation. You're no longer the wounded one, you're the wise one. The same tests that broke you before will now reveal your mastery. And in this season, the divine will use your story. The very pain that once silenced you will now become someone else's freedom. You'll speak, write, or create from a place of healing, and others will awaken because of your light. That's how heaven multiplies power. It turns pain into purpose. So don't fear the shift, chosen one. Welcome it. You were never meant to stay the same. Every level of growth demands a shedding, and every shedding reveals a stronger version of you. The universe is aligning with your new frequency right now. Stay open, stay faithful, stay grounded. If you feel this shift in your spirit, if you sense the vibration of change surrounding you, I want you to comment 333 below. That number means divine alignment, spiritual expansion, and heaven's confirmation that you are stepping into your highest timeline. Declare it boldly, my time is now. This is what all the pain was preparing you for, the moment when everything begins to make sense. The confusion, the losses, the delays, they were all necessary steps to refine your soul. You are entering the season where purpose meets power, where peace becomes your compass, and where miracles feel natural. The shift is real, and you are ready for it. Everything you've endured has led you to this divine moment. Heaven is proud. The ancestors rejoice. The angels stand beside you. You are not just chosen, you are activated, ascending, and unstoppable. Now, let's bring everything together. In the final part of this message, I'll remind you of who you truly are and what your mission is from this point forward. Stay till the end, chosen one. The closing words will seal this energy over your life. Conclusion. Chosen one, you've come a long way. You've listened, reflected, and felt the power within your spirit stir again. You now understand what your blue power truly is, divine truth wrapped in calm authority. You know why they asked for it, how heaven's justice works, and what it means to walk as light in a world that doesn't always understand it. This message didn't find you by accident. It arrived because your time has come. From this moment forward, walk boldly, but peacefully. You don't need to prove who you are. Your energy already speaks. Every step you take now should be intentional, rooted in faith, grounded in truth. You've seen how your presence shifts rooms, how your silence unsettles darkness, how your light restores balance. That's your blue power in motion. Protect it, nurture it, use it wisely. Remember, you are not here to fight every battle. You're here to command peace through your presence. Stay aligned with truth. Stay calm under pressure, and let your peace speak louder than your pain. The ones who once doubted you will witness your rise, and those who stayed faithful with you will rise beside you. Now I want you to seal this message in your spirit. If your heart resonates, if you feel your soul saying, yes, this was for me, then comment 333 below to confirm your divine alignment. And before you leave, remember to subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, and share this message with another chosen one who needs to awaken their blue power. You are part of a divine army rising in silence, strength, and light. Until next time, walk with peace, speak with truth, and let your blue power guide every step. You are chosen. You are covered. You are unstoppable.